Right now, new accusations that the Justice Department is not doing enough to protect the voting rights of our brave men and women in uniform serving especially overseas. James Rosen is live in Washington with more on that. James?
Without much fanfare, John, the Congress last year passed something called the Military and Overseas Voter Empowerment, or MOVE Act. It requires states to mail unmarked absentee ballots to military and overseas voters at least 45 days before Election Day. But suppose you're the Secretary of State for, say, Delaware, where primary day falls on September 14th, just 47 days before Election Day. And let's say a primary there is too close to call and it requires 2 weeks to certify a winner. How do you print up final ballots and ship them out to voters in, say, Kandahar, at least 45 days before the general election? Accordingly, 10 states, Delaware among them, along with the District of Columbia and the Virgin Islands, have appealed to the Department of Justice and Defense, the Departments, I should say, of Justice and Defense, for waivers from that rule. Some watchdog groups tracking this issue accuse the federal government of lax enforcement.
It's been very clear that some of these states were not going to be in compliance with the MOVE Act a long time ago, and the Department of Justice, each step of the way, has simply not taken the actions to ensure that the MOVE Act would be implemented in each of the 50 states in the District of Columbia.
The Justice Department has fired back at these allegations in the form of a letter to Republican Senator John Cornyn, the Texan who co-authored the MOVE Act and who had also complained to DOJ that enforcement of the law here does not afford, quote, room for dialogue or negotiation. The Department of Justice, replied Assistant Attorney General Ronald Welch late last month, is firmly committed to ensuring that our men and women serving in the uniformed services and living overseas have the opportunity to vote and to have their votes counted. Welch added that the department is forming a team of attorneys to monitor state compliance with the MOVE Act's requirements. Now, the Department of Defense is expected to rule on these waiver requests from those 10 states, the District of Columbia and the Virgin Islands, 4 days from today. DOD would only offer one spokesman to discuss this issue with us and refused repeated requests to make this spokesman available to us in time for this series. John?
All right, James Rosen live in Washington. James, thank you very much.